In this extra special live episode of Fictional Hangover, we're discussing the short story, The Girl and the Machine by Beth Rufus. Hey everybody, welcome to this live episode of Fictional Hangover, a podcast about young adult and new adult books, series, authors, and voice actors that is full of spoilers. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire. And today we're going to discuss The Girl and the Machine by Beth Rufus.
Yay. Yay.
At last.
At last! I've been waiting to read this one for like a whole year to talk about it on the show. But can't get to that right now. Everyone, if you want to join in on our game later, after we're finished with the majority of the podcast stuff, everyone go grab a book right now and allow StreamYard permission so you can comment with your name. That is, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
I forget how much I like StreamYard. Ooh. So great. Okay.
We're so easily impressed.
We are. It's sad. So, standard disclaimer. If you haven't read this story, please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read it and don't want to be spoiled, too bad, 'cause we're live! Unless you're listening to the recording after the fact, in which case you can just stop listening to us and go read the story for free on Wattpad, then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just want to see what happens when we're live and you don't care about anything else, then listen up.
Why do we do this again?
That's
right. Gluttons for punishment. That's right.
Yeah. No, this time we did it so we could both go on vacation.
That's true. That is true. Did you have a lovely time?
I did. I really did.
Excellent.
I really, really did. It's a good time.
Excellent.
It was so quiet. I don't understand what quiet is anymore. It was so quiet. It almost made me cry.
I know. Even just like having people next door is like, you're so loud.
Yeah.
But, compared to geese.
Geese are fine. Did you fight geese while you were on your vacation?
No, but there was a disgruntled one that kept sitting outside of our lodge for the duration and just looking at us and then tapping on the window and then walking away and then tapping on the window.
It's good.
I kept giving it the evils, but I just wouldn't get the idea.
Oh my goodness.
It's degenerated already.
It has.
Initial thoughts. Should we do some initial thoughts?
Yes. What about background info? Did we talk about background info already? No, we didn't, but
No.
I have background info. And it's from an interview with LightspeedMagazine.com way back in October 2011. And Beth Rufus is asked by Gwenda Bond, "What do you think makes YA special?" And she responded, "YA is special because it breaks the label. YA stands for young adult, but I think it's pretty obvious that the books aren't for young people, or they're not just for young people." And I just want to say, that's true. That's why we talk about YA books all the time. They're more fun. They're less daunting. And a whole bunch of ridiculous shit happens all the time in YA books. So that's it for me. That is it for me. That's all I need. So listen to Beth Rufus and read YA books, okay? I mean, listen to us too, because, we tell you to listen to YA books.
We have
all the time.
excellent recommendations. Excellent.
Yeah, we really do. We really, really do. So that's it. That's what I've got for our background info, is to listen to Beth Rufus, because she knows what she's talking about. Now it's time for initial thoughts. Yay! And I almost talked about this a minute ago. I read this one when we were trying to find our very first story for our very first live. Oh.
Which was the 100th episode.
Yes.
And this is 140. Oh my god.
Gosh, we have so many episodes. You know, it's funny. I haven't listened to a single one of them.
I have not listened to more than I have listened now.
You used to listen. That's all that matters.
Yes, but then I got abducted, so it's fine.
Right. So that was my initial thought. What's your initial thought?
I love sci-fi, as you know, and there's not enough good sci-fi out there I can get my teeth into. But this one does. For a short story, and a Wattpad short story at that, it really, I liked it. I could get my teeth into it, and it was satisfying. Yeah. It had a beginning, a middle, and end, as all good stories should.
Yes.
But yeah, I could really get my teeth into it. And I always think if you can write a short story, it's a good sign for an author.
Ooh, yeah, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to write a good short story.
They are not an easy thing to do. So if you can do excellent short story, what must your back catalogue be?
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This one, you mentioned it being in Wattpad, and yes, that's where we found it, and that's where you can go and read it for free. But it's also published in a collection of short stories by Beth Rufus.
And it adds to your Goodreads total.
It does! Hey! Hey!
We have 2 more listeners in Constance. Hi! And Annie's here.
Constance.
Annie!
Hi, Annie!
Who is tipsy.
Excellent. I love it. That means just in a few hours when we're having our book club discussion, which is also happening today. Everyone join us for our book club about Vampire Academy. Annie's going to be really entertaining, and I'm looking
so
forward
excited.
to it.
I love Annie.
Yep.
I love Constance. I love all our listeners.
Yeah, I love all of our listeners too. So are you ready to get into this story?
Yes, let's see how many times you womp me.
How many times am I going to womp myself? Because I'm tired, guys. I didn't get home until midnight last night, and it is only 12 o'clock today, my time. So I need more sleep. So let's see what happens.
This is a great idea.
It was not a terrible idea at all. Franklin is minding his own business, studying in the park, when Heather comes up to him, excitedly introduces herself, and basically tells him his life story. That is weird. Franklin doesn't think he's ever even seen this girl before. How does she know so much about him? Especially that. And that is bold and italics and underlined. That is a big deal. He suggests that they go somewhere where they can be alone to talk privately without being overheard. They leave the park and enter a library greenhouse with no one else around, and Heather's demeanor immediately changes. She seems nervous now. Franklin says it's not every day someone comes up to you and reveals your deepest, darkest secret. Heather's response? It's not every day you meet a time traveler.
What?
Time travel!
Gas! Heather reveals she met Franklin in his future, which is not possible. Franklin has never ever met another time traveller, and he can't travel into the future. He can only travel through his own past. He's tried to travel into the future a lot, to find out winning lottery numbers, to find out about his future self, to see how rich he is. But he's only ever been able to go back. Well, if Heather is here, talking to him now, something must have changed. She says she's known him for 6 years, and has been waiting for this day. Today is the day they change the world. Dun, dun, dun.
Can I just ask, is anyone getting real shitty feelings about Franklin already?
You better.
Yeah.
Spoilers!
Spoilers! Franklin's a piece of shit. Heather gives Franklin a plane ticket, and while they wait for their flight, she explains how they met. Franklin, when he's 38, visits Heather right after her prom, seeking her assistance. In his future, he visited her past. He didn't come as a history professor, which is what he's in college for right now, and what he's been cheating in his assignments for by traveling to important historic events and witness them firsthand to study. No, he's come as the world's only time traveler.
Heather tells...
And shitbag.
That cough is back again! You really need to go to a doctor about that. Heather tells Franklin that he needed to help her to avoid a time travel paradox. He had to travel far enough back into her past that she was old enough to understand, but not yet old enough to make a difference. She's been studying very hard every day since he showed up until this point, and she's now a student at MIT. That's where they are heading now. Franklin sees a group of businessmen and wonders if one of them is his older self. Ooh. But before he can decipher that, it's time to board. When they get to Heather's lab, she can give him more information on what they're going to do to change the world. But for now, he just has to come along. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I would just... Oh, you're giving me a plane ticket. Okay, let's go.
Ask questions, people. Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Franklin has never done anything momentous or world-changing before. Just stuff for his own benefit. Insert Franklin is a shitbag here. But today's the day. Heather is shocked that Franklin would doubt his world-changing abilities. After all, he can travel through time. He tells her he doesn't think he's the person she met all those years ago yet, but she assures him that he is exactly the same person she met in high school.
They finally arrive at Heather's lab. It's not on the MIT campus, and it's not so nice from the outside, but the inside has an apartment, lots of equipment, and a huge metal tube in the middle with a glass window and about Franklin's face level. There are other tubes and things coming from it. Heather tells Franklin that this is the time machine. With it, and with his DNA powering it, he'll be able to travel anywhere in time. Ooh. She explains that there's a mutation in his genes that allows for time travel. Like X-Men? Yeah? Sure. Just like X-Men. Exactly like X-Men and nothing else.
Exactly like the X-Men, yeah. Franklin asks why, with the machine, he'll be able to travel freely through time. Heather explains that the machine will unlock the ability in his genes to allow him to travel outside of his own timeline by pushing him around on a gurney. And though he doesn't follow, her answer is good enough for him. That answer was not good enough. It was a terrible, terrible explanation. He also asks why she's so interested in time travel. Because... she answers, she's always been a nerd, and he made a lasting impression on her. It's getting more menacing every time.
Ooh. Franklin doesn't think Heather looks like a nerd. Sure, she's not hot, but she's a genius. She explains to him that when she was in high school, until her senior year, she wasn't like anyone else. She didn't like boys or girls, but studying. How do you explain to everyone that you're asexual? You don't. You can't. But then she finally got boobs and decided to wear cuter clothes and try to fit in. She finally went to a party after prom, and that's where she met Franklin, and when everything changed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You can see what's going to happen now, can't you?
It's the boobs.
It's the boobs.
Entrance of the boobs.
Damn you, boobs!
Heather then asks what Franklin was like growing up, able to time travel, and where he would go if he could go anywhere. He'd go to see historic events like JFK's assassination, or to see if Jesus was real, or D-Day, or a slave auction. He'd also go into the future to get winning lotto numbers and to make sure he's got a big house, and to mess with a guy in one of his classes. Heather asks if he's ever done that before. You know, messed with anybody. Oh, sure he has. Wouldn't you? No, you shitbag. People don't do that. Stop it.
Depends on how much of a garbage person you really are.
Oh, Franklin is made of garbage.
I feel like we're heavily influencing people on like, you know, Franklin being an absolute dickwad.
Well, you know, if you read the story, you picked up on it.
So, Franklin messed up the star footballer players' college applications and stole video games before they came out. He was a dick. He even messed around with the girls and then disappeared to boost his own self-confidence, to be cooler when he went to school the next day. Not a virgin.
No.
He crashed a party, found a girl that was maybe a little drunk and had sex with her. Was it rape? Heather asks. Well, she didn't say no. Franklin thinks more about it. Thinks more about the girl's dead eyes and that she didn't fight or say no or say yes. But he wanted it. And there had been more girls. Yes, lots more after that first time. But as of today, he's not that guy anymore. Today's the day all that changes.
Heather asks Franklin if he's ready to try the time machine. Nervous, he steps into the machine. Heather tells him to take off his shirt because she's got to take his blood. She tells him to trust her. It won't hurt that much. He'll thank her afterward. That sounds familiar to Franklin, but then Heather shoves a huge needle into his heart. Franklin freaks out. She said it would be simple, but she lied. She begins to replace Franklin's blood with a cryogenic substance that will keep him alive indefinitely. It will make 5 years feel like 5 seconds. Oh.
Heather explains that she would not be here without him, without the night that Franklin said those familiar words to her and took her virginity. She lied. It wasn't future Franklin that visited her asking for help. It was just asshole Franklin, jumping through time and assaulting women. There is no future Franklin, because this, in bold, underlined, in italics, is his future. Heather's going to use his blood to travel anywhere she wants in time. That part was true, at least. She's going to be a hero while he's here, strapped to her machine. Nothing but a battery.
Oh. Oh, revenge! Revenge! Oh. Oh. It's an excellent tale of revenge.
Yes. It's quite empowering, actually.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
So is this where we go for our usual breaks, or...
Our breaks?
Our breaks.
Our breaks. Yes, here we go. If you love us, give us money! Yay! That's the essence of our breaks. Please remember that Fictional Hangover is a free podcast and always will be. If you'd like to support the show, stop listening to us for just a few minutes. Become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover, then come back. If you can't do this monthly but still want to support us because you just like the show so much, head over to Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/fictionalhangover to drop us a one-time tip. Your support on Patreon and Ko-fi will help us bring you more spoiler-filled discussions, book character cosplays, and ridiculous content you know and love. Now, back to the episode.
I'm just reading through the comments. Constance is in capitals, rage, garbage person. Colin, this guy's a total shitbag. And Richard, X-Men Days of Sex Pest Past.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yep. Oh, man. That Franklin, man, he's shitty.
Yes. And for those who have read the book, as you read the short story as you're reading it, in the 4-part Saturdays, you can tell it's going to degenerate quite heavily. You're just waiting for that shoe to drop. And it's like, oh, yes, I knew he was a dick.
Oh, but did you know he was that much of a dick? Because yikes.
Hang on, have we started our discussion?
I think we have. Oh, do I need to turn off the message? Oh, everyone give us money because you love us. That's the end of the advertisement. Oh, yeah, so, standout moments, huh? Franklin's a dick.
Yeah.
That's a standout moment.
Yeah, the actual, when you get to it, the bit, and you're like, yes, my feelings of hatred towards this person is finally validated. That is a good feeling. I mean, what he did is wrong.
Yes.
In every sense of the word.
Yes.
Yeah. But Heather's retribution? Human battery? Okay, does it make me a garbage person that thinks, great? You know, I can't help but feel that, you know, Heather / Beth Revis as the author has finally found a way for scumbags to, like, give back to society. Let's turn them all into human batteries.
Yes!
Let's make use of their essence.
Yes, let's take all sexual abusers and turn them into human batteries. I think that is a great plan. And, you know, if we could actually hook people up like that and, you know, time travel with them, they would serve a purpose in society.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't have to be time travel. That would be awesome. But, you know, just power a city, that would be fine. You know?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting into some weird, like, gritty, dystopian future with people hooked up to machines, like, constantly running on treadmills.
This is our fanfic, Amanda. This is our fanfic.
I don't want to be a part of this fanfic.
We're going into a dystopian future. However, it's a dystopian future where everybody's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just take the cryogenic goo out of them, replace the blood, put them back out. It's a little bit Demolition Man at that point, to be fair.
It is.
And I would be very upset if Sandra Bullock didn't come out and, you know, say, murder, death, kill, and show me how to use the 3 seashells at this point.
No. See, I was going to talk about the 3 seashells too, and that no one knows how to use them. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that people understand.
No.
The seashells.
It's the mystery of the universe.
It is. Do you think if we were able to time travel, we would learn the secret of the seashells?
No.
Because it doesn't have an answer, does it?
It doesn't have an answer. It is just a mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Do you think if we had time travel, we'll be able to understand Wesley Snipes' hair in Demolition Man? Because
there's nothing wrong with his hair in Demolition Man.
I need to know who made the decision because it's outstanding. Like, every time I picture Wesley Snipes, I picture him in Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Tu Wong Fu. No.
Wow.
I know. Oh, you know, when he's in Tu Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah. Those are
Unfortunately.
all good Wesley Snipes. Those are all good. Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. Okay, we're going down the wrong rabbit hole again.
We are going down the wrong rabbit hole. Yikes. Yes, use our time travel powers to reverse that segment.
Yes.
And start over again.
Done.
Yes. Okay. Oh, this is a tough one to talk about, though. You know, because it's very heavy and it's not funny. It's yikes.
No, but I think we can talk at least about the way that it was done on, you know, how Beth Revis was able to accomplish something in such a short story. Like, I got to the 4th part and kept clicking. Next part. I wanted more. And then I was like, actually, no, I'm very satisfied with where this has gone. And then I considered, would I want to know more about Heather's hijinks through time? I don't know that I would, because I would hate to think that Heather has turned into the scumbag.
Ooh, yeah. What do you think she went to change in the past? Because if, like, are we gonna have an alternate 1985 here? Is she gonna go back and stop what happened to her after prom happening? And then if she does that, you know, that breaks the timeline if we're following Back to the Future rules.
But if we follow the rules of paradox, and if she kills Franklin any point before he can become a sexual predator, then yeah, it's a loop. It's a weird. Yeah, I don't think you can. But what I think she can do is use it to go back and prevent other people's.
She's really taken one for the team then.
Yeah, I can imagine her. She's. This is her vigilante kind of origin story. She's not Batman, but it's the same as Batman. She's had something traumatic happen to her of a different degree, and she's using that, quote unquote, for good.
Yeah.
She's not a crime fighter, she is a vigilante, but I can imagine that's what she's doing.
Is.
Or she might do it in other ways. She wants to use it to change the world. But then actually we're saying Heather is naturally going to be a good person. Who's to say she's going to use that power responsibly?
She's got to be good. Heather can't be bad. Although Heather probably is going to end up doing something terrible. But that's what makes this a good story. Because, yeah, Franklin is terrible. He's the most terrible person ever. But, Heather, she's not the greatest.
Yeah, she's hooked somebody up to a machine and she's using them as a battery. I mean, that's takes a certain tip on the moral compass.
Yeah, it does.
But what was if Heather used the time travel to go back and influence people like Ruth Bader Ginsburg to become a Supreme Court justice? So she's indirectly helping and being that active feminist person rather than going for the vigilante justice. She's going for the people who can actually perform lawful justice. Yes. She's
judge, jury, and executioner all on her own.
But without actually committing anything.
Without actually executing anyone. She's just executing her evil plans. But in good ways.
Exactly. It could just be that she's being that, when you say, oh, I read that book. I just found this book in the library and it changed my life. She's the person who put that book on the shelf.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. She's the person who, you bump into in the street and they say that one line and you just going, yeah, that person that smiles at you and changes your day. That's what she's doing. She's not going out murdering people because, again, that's tipping the scales into an area we don't want to go to. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's creating a supervillain.
Yeah. It's the anti-hero syndrome. You're doing bad to doing good.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you do have to do bad things in order for great things to happen. Ooh.
It's a weird moral quandary. It funny.
Really is.
It's a funny end.
Oof. So, who's your favorite character?
Franklin or Heather?
Yikes. Can we just talk about how terrible Franklin is?
Yes.
Because, all of the things that he talked about doing, traveling through time, especially when she's telling him how the time machine's going to work after, it's powered with his X-Men genes. She's like, yeah, you can go anywhere. And she's pushing him around in circles on the gurney. And he's like, yeah, I want to go back in time to watch a slave auction. Like, really? That's what you want to do? In everything that you can possibly do in time, you want to see the president's head explode. You want to witness a slave auction. You want to see if Jesus is real. And you know what? I'm guessing if he picks a time to see if Jesus is real, it's probably not going to be a very pleasant time in Jesus's life.
No.
This guy is yikes.
Yeah. I mean, if he turned around and said, I want to go and see the dinosaurs, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
Let's go ride a dinosaur. Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. But what makes, it's all terrible because Heather is described as a person of color. And Franklin says, I want to go watch a slave auction. He's a terrible person.
He is.
He's terrible.
He's a terrible person and he doesn't realise that he's being a terrible person. He doesn't realise that what he is committing is rape.
Ugh. He totally did. He totally realised it. Come on.
He knew what he was doing was wrong. He just didn't label it as such.
Ugh.
This is a really weird one to talk about. I'm really glad I read it and I'm really glad we are talking about it because it raises so many questions. Fun ones like if you were going to go back in time, what would you go, where would you go, what would you go and see?
Yeah.
Answer in the comment.
Coral is here, by the way, and she says hello. Or hi.
Coral. But also, it kind of makes you question, the justice system, the moral compass of people. She's taken the justice that would not have probably happened if it went through the normal courts, and that's just purely based on, statistics in the news of people saying, I have been raped, and then the person being found guilty.
Yeah.
So and again, it's different for a woman reading it to a man who would have read it, where they might fall on that justice system, like that scale of justice. Do you think that might have anything to do with it?
I don't know. I don't know that I would say that there should be a difference between any gender reading this story, because we should all realize that Franklin is terrible and what's happening is bad, and there needs to be something that comes from it.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate case is we've seen in the news, and I'm thinking of American Supreme Court appointees, where it's the boys will be boys justification.
Yeah. Well, girls will be girls and make human batteries.
Oh, Colin in the comments says, hook the fucker up to the battery. So
right?
Yeah.
Girls will be girls and make human batteries. I think that would, a long, long time ago we used to do life lessons.
Yeah.
At the end, I think that would be the life lesson.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So were there any surprises in the 4 pages of short story?
That Heather figured out a way to steal Franklin's life essence to travel through time.
Yeah, that girl has smarts, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. And I mean, not that she just didn't kill him, because yikes.
Yeah.
Because she could also do that.
I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised that Franklin didn't realise sooner that he was an absolute scumbag dick. Took a while to get there.
Yeah. Oh. What
Oh,
does
Constance is
I turn him into a
Franklin
eunuch.
into a eunuch as well. So not only is he going to be a human battery, he's going to lose his bits.
Yes, he's going to be a ballless battery. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Oh my goodness. I think that we need to play Would You Rather, because
let's move on.
Little bit more fun. So is it time? It's time.
It's time. It's definitely time. We're moving on quickly.
It's time for Would You Rather. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
So.
Yay.
We asked on social media, if you had the time travel ability, would you travel to the past or to the future? Now, I will say the polls at time of recording, live, are still open. So this is this is just a snapshot. So on Facebook, 86% said past and 14% said future. On Instagram, 43% said past and 57% said future. On Twitter, it was 62.5% said past and 37.5% future. And on TikTok, it was 49% past and 51% future. We have comments.
That's excellent. We do have comments. But I just want to say, we asked this question last week.
Did we?
So, yeah. Because we asked our next question yesterday. Yeah.
Wah,
so
wah.
you basically lied to everyone.
Wah,
you basically
wah.
lied.
I don't even know what day of the week it is. To me, this should be a Thursday.
Should be a Thursday, but it's not a Thursday. So, comments, right? Comments. Oh, we have comments.
Yes. Emo Night in Void on TikTok said, future, so I can travel to any universe I want.
I like that. I like that. They're going very far into the future.
Star Trek far.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yes.
Constance on TikTok. I'm not going to sing the song, but Constance quoted the song Journey to the Past from what I can only assume is Anastasia, and she wants to travel to the past, but I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she's quoting the song.
Can you rap it?
Journey. No, I'm not gonna. It's not worth it. It's not good. I'm too tired for that. But I just love that Constance responds in song lyrics. So I want to put that challenge forth to Constance from now on. Only answer in song lyrics. That is your challenge.
That sucks. That
Ready?
sucks.
Go.
Probably because I'm completely rubbish at song lyrics. Colin said, past please. Future leads to finding out about terrible occurrences and manners of death, which would freak me the freak out. Past leads to seeing cool events like the moon landings and dinosaurs, which are both objectively awesome things. So let's do that thing where we go to the past. Yay! Sorry.
Yeah!
Yay!
Yeah!
It will no doubt have been a Kermit the Frog. Yay.
Good. Constance has accepted our challenge.
Oh,
which is
well.
important.
Well done, Constance.
Oh, Coral on Facebook said, I choose past, going to make the future better if I can, which is good. We can always count on Coral for a nice, like, heartwarming answer.
Yes. And she would make the future a better place.
She really, really, really would be great.
Nina on Facebook said, the past for sure. Let's just say I'd do a few things differently if I could. Ooh, intriguing.
I wonder what Nina's got going on over there. PL Palmer 1 on Instagram. Oops, no, I'm pressing the wrong button. It's sad buttons all over the place. PL Palmer 1 on Instagram is traveling to the past.
Okay. Real Jackson Fraud on Instagram is also traveling to the past. I got some shit to fix.
Don Kurtgich on Instagram. The past for sure.
And Crinoline Lefroy on Instagram. Annie, I'm sorry, I can never say your Instagram handle. The past is so I could have tea with Jane Austen, but I definitely don't want to stay. That whole woman's rights, lack of showers, and every time you get sick somebody wants to cut your arm and let you bleed. Yeah. And we have had Richard in the comments say, past defo, take me back to the 90s, I want to relive Spice Mania. And I look you straight in the camera, dead in the eyes, Richard, and say, no.
Why do you pick Spice Girls?
Because he is a huge stereotype.
Okay. So, what do you say?
He's going to zig-a-zig-ah in the comments in a second, I can tell.
Well, we can only hope for that.
What do I say?
There's another challenge. There's another challenge issued to a listener. Richard, only respond with Spice Girls from now on.
He could as well.
I don't doubt it.
I'm going to the past. I want to see the dinosaurs. I want to meet Jane Austen. You know, I don't want to know about the future because that will lead to bad places. I don't want to know what happens to the world. I don't want to know what happens to me or family. You know, because I can only imagine terrible, terrible things. I want to, you know, go and see great things. I want to go to Drury Lane in full regalia and go and sit in a box and watch a show. I want to go to the past and see a Shakespeare at the Globe, the actual Globe, and not just the recreation Globe that I've been to. I want to go to the Tower of London and see an execution. Sorry? Not sorry. But it has, like, Anne Boleyn or something. You know, I'm not going to influence it, but, you know, at least kind of want to say I've been there.
Okay. See, I am not going to the past. I am going to the future because I do not want to create a timeline in which Biff Tannen rules the world.
Ah, bloody Biff. Don't do a Biff is another life lesson from today.
Don't do a Biff.
Don't do a Biff.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to go to the past because I don't want to mess up the future. So I'll go fuck around in the future and do whatever I want. You know, who knows if that's the future that we're even gonna experience. Maybe me going to the future and doing that ruins it to begin with. I don't know how time travel works, so I'm gonna go into the future.
Nobody really knows how time travel works.
That's the end of that sentence.
Okay, next question.
Yikes, next question. Would you rather travel back in time to play video games or to take a nap? This is more our this is more our style. Video games and napping, that's the power that we choose to
take
yield.
a nap. I really could use some sleep. Yeah, I could always use some sleep. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I feel like if I traveled back in time to take a nap, then I could play my video games later. I'd have time.
Right,
I wouldn't be
exactly.
as sleepy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also going to take a nap.
But you know what? One of my childhood traumas is the fact that my mum made us get rid of our Sinclair ZX Spectrum when my brother got his Amiga. Only one console or gaming unit was allowed in the house. So I lost the Sinclair ZX Spectrum so my brother could play freaking Mortal Kombat on the Amiga and play it badly because I beat him every time I played him. So this is a childhood trauma, you can tell there's the bitterness there. So the fact I could go back in time and play on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum with its cassette tape games, that is attractive. But I'm an adult. Being an adult is very tiring. I need the nap. I need the rest.
Yeah. I like that you're choosing to travel back in time to play really old video games, too. That makes it better. Like, you're traveling very far back in time.
Well, if I'm going to travel back in time, I want to actually travel back to experience,
Richard is playing GoldenEye, so he's also gone back to the 90s.
You know, the onset of all of this. I never had a Game Boy. I never had a Super Nintendo.
Our connection is unstable. Oh, no.
One console in the house, and my brother had it. So, you know, I never experienced that. I would go around friends and play on their Super Nintendo or their Nintendos, or, you know, a friend would lend me a Game Boy for a couple of days. So I never had any of that. So if I was going to go back in time, it would be. But again, because I didn't have it in the house, I have to go back to Sinclair ZX Spectrum, which is the one time I did. I would be like, this adult stranger knocking on a kid's door. Hi, 8-year-old. You don't know me? But can I play on your Super Nintendo? I really want to get to the end of Super Mario. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by all of Constance's comments because they are all in song lyrics.
That girl's good at Google.
Really good.
Oh
really
gosh, they're playing GoldenEye in the comments.
Yeah,
as well.
I know. I love that Richard is going back in time to play GoldenEye. He's also going back in time to play 90s games, and I hope that he's listening to Spice Girls at the same time.
He will.
Good. Looks like Colin's taking a nap.
Yeah.
Constance is singing Metallica.
Next question.
Good. Yes.
Would you rather go back in time and change one thing, or go forward in time to find out something big?
Look, I'm not going back in time. I'm not biffing the situation. I'm not doing it. So I will go forward in time to find out something big. And then probably by the time I get back to my own timeline to make the big thing happen, it won't happen. But still, I'm not going back in time. I'm not doing it. Who knows what would happen? If you
go forward in time and you get the Sports Almanac and then come back to your time and then start playing, the winning results from Sports Almanac.
So if I bring this...
That is still biffing the timeline, because that's what Biff did.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not at all what I said I was going to do. I said I would go forward to see it, and then when I get back, it wouldn't happen. So, if I were to go forward in time to get the Sports Almanac and then come back to my own time and create everything from there, and then I myself became Biff, well, I would be a better Biff. I wouldn't be a sleaze bag with casinos everywhere. I would do something good with my money. I would not be a Biff. I would not take the Sports Almanac back to 1955, though. That's not a good idea. Don't do it.
Do you know what I would do? I'm sorry, I'm being mercenary here. I don't care. I'm going back in time. And I'm inventing YouTube or Google or Amazon. I will invent it.
Will you actually invent it, though? Will you learn how to invent it and do everything
I'll
that
be
you
the
need to
creator.
do? Or will you just discover it?
I will, whatever's going to gain me the most money, that's what I'm going for. But
You're biffing yourself.
I'm biffing myself. But I'm not going to be the absolute scumbag and just keep billions and billions and billions of dollars to myself. I will pay off student loans just randomly, anonymously. Okay. I want to be able to live a ridiculously comfortable lifestyle. I want to be able to pay for my friends and families to live that ridiculously comfortable lifestyle with their own islands. That's fine. But I'm also going, it's ridiculous amounts of money we're talking about here. So I can splurge it on, splurging on charities, splurging on paying off student debts, splurging on, being able to give people, a living wage. I kind of want to do it for good. I don't want to be a complete garbage person. Okay. Oh, sorry, Jeff Bezos. Whoa, you lose out here. But I don't care. Because I feel like I could do a better job with your money.
What I'm gathering here is that we would both positively biff our own timelines.
Yes.
For the greater good.
Yes.
Okay.
I will sponsor Fictional Hangover as well with my billions.
Thanks.
Because I've bought Waffle House as well.
Right, okay. And then I will fund any future things that we do with my future money.
Yes.
You sponsor us with your past money, and I will pay for every future expense with my future money.
Yes. But we'll be able to record at the same time because we can just, hop to each other's islands to do the recording.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And like a few weeks ago with Eye of the Shitstorm, you're going to create the islands for us, and then I will power them with my electricity powers. Yes. We've got all of this planned out.
My goodness, we're good.
We're very good. We're very good at this.
Next question, then.
Would you rather travel through time? Oh, we're leaving the story now. Would you rather travel through time in the TARDIS, the DeLorean, or the phone booth? Oh my gosh, we didn't read what comments.
Oh my
came up from the last one. Oh my gosh.
Richard said he'd go back in time and tell his 13-year-old self not to go with Ginger Curtain's look.
That's terrible. And Constance is once again singing. Now she's on to share. I'm sorry I said what I said. I've turned Constance into a monster.
I can't edit this out.
No, can't do it.
Where's the sirens when you need it?
Oh, I don't know.
Anywho, TARDIS,
it's
DeLorean,
terrible.
or phone booth?
Yeah, what are you picking?
I feel like the excessively British in me should go with the TARDIS.
Yeah.
However, you've got more room with the TARDIS.
You've got like an infinite amount of space in the TARDIS.
Exactly. But there's something appealing about the DeLorean or the phone booth.
Yeah.
I'm thinking DeLorean.
I think I will go with the phone booth because you could fix the phone booth with like chewing gum. And, what does it take to fix the DeLorean? I've never watched really any Doctor Who, so I don't know what happens with the TARDIS. But, fixing the DeLorean is rough. When it gets shot by an arrow in the Wild West, you had to push it with a train.
Okay, I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to have to go excessively British and go with TARDIS. Its alien technology is going to be hell of a difficult to break, but the Doctor knows people. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go British.
Okay, well, normally I would go Back to the Future, but I'm going to have to go Bill and Ted this time, and I'm going to have to use the phone booth. And so is Constance. What is this song lyric? I'm in a payphone trying to call home all of my change I spend for you.
I have no idea. I am useless at music. Why did you do this? Richard
don't know.
says TARDIS so I can travel with Billie Piper and ask her to revisit her underrated music career. Richard. Colin says TARDIS. Trust me, I'm the Doctor. It's the best option. Colin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Last question?
Last question. Would you rather travel through time with a Who companion, Doc Brown, or Rufus?
Okay, now see, here's where I am going back to the future. I'm going to go with Doc Brown because he's a mad scientist. And he created the DeLorean. I mean, he didn't create the DeLorean, but he created time travel by hitting his head on the toilet. So who knows what he could come up with to do.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go with the mad scientist.
I'm gonna go with Rufus.
Yeah?
Because George Carlin is hella funny. And I just need that in my life. I just need
So is Christopher Lloyd.
Well, yes, but also I don't know. It's just something majestic in his prose. So I'm gonna go with Rufus. Plus, I mean, fashion icon. I mean, Doc Brown.
Excuse me, when he went into the future and he came back wearing that clear tie, I've wanted a clear tie ever since.
Well, okay, I will grant you the clear tie, but I'm sorry, but Rufus with his glasses and those shoulder pads? Hello?
Doc Brown had some good glasses too. Driving the DeLorean, the great big silver, like...
I had some very similar to that. Very similar. But yeah, okay.
I'm glad that's, like, we're choosing our companions based on their futuristic outfits.
What is your future fashion choices? This is important.
What do I need to wear in the future? Plastic ties? Get a skin replacement? Yes. Doing it. Doing it. And then you peel off your face and you look exactly the same underneath.
Nice.
Oh, Doc Brown. Oh, Doc Brown.
Well, Colin is joining you with Doc Brown because he likes his hair.
Good.
And Richard, Who companion. You want to know why? Because I want to. Because I want to.
Good. Good.
I'm both proud and upset by that. Damn you, Billy Piper. Oh, God. Tonsons? No, I'm not reading that out. I already lack dignity.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just proof that she's on my side because I'm just gonna say that she's picking Doc Brown because of all of the doctors in that song lyric.
Yeah, so. But that's also proof that she could be picking the Who companion. Because Doctor.
No, she can't physically speak up for herself right now. So I'm choosing her answer for her.
Shocking.
I know. I'm so
Move on.
Oh, favorite final thought quote? Is that where we are now?
Yeah.
Favorite final thought quote time?
It's only a 4-page short story. I haven't got the millions I usually pluck out. I've got one.
I know. It's shocking. I also only have one.
Cool.
We normally have at least 6.
I know. Well, to be fair, when we have more than that, we end up having to cut them down. Can't edit that one out!
No, who?
Okay, I'm going with today's the day when everything changes, Heather said. Today's the day we change the world.
It's a good one.
What have you got?
I'm also going with a Heather quote. All I'm going to take from you now is your time. Oh, and it doesn't sound bad when you take it out of context, but it's so bad in the story, and it's perfect. Perfect. So good. Ooh, okay, now it's time for If You Liked This, Try This. That one's really loud for some reason when I play it, not, adding it into my editing file. Really loud. So, what are you going to suggest?
Oh, well, I'm very sure I've already suggested this at one point, but it's my favourite time travel series, so you're getting it again. And it's the Chronicles of St. Mary's series, and the first book is called Just One Damn Thing After Another, and it's by Jodie Taylor. And I will point out there is a historical seamstress in here. She will make perfect recreations of any and all outfits, historically accurate, but you'll use modern materials where necessary, like Kevlar, because they get shot at.
Excellent.
And she's great
Excellent.
because she led a rebellion. Which is
Good.
kick-ass.
Good.
Anywho, and the summary is from Goodreads.
Okay.
Behind the seemingly innocuous facade of St. Mary's, a different kind of historical research is taking place. They don't do time travel, they investigate major historical events in contemporary time. Maintaining the appearance of harmless eccentrics is not always within their power, especially given their propensity for causing loud explosions when things get too quiet. Meet the disaster magnets of St. Mary's Institute of Historical Research as they ricochet around history. Their aim is to observe and document, to try and find the answers to many of history's unanswered questions, and not to die in the process. But one wrong move and history will fight back to the death. And as soon they discover it's not just history they're fighting, follow the catastrophe curve from 11th century London to World War I, and from the Cretaceous period to the destruction of the Great Library at Alexandria. For wherever historians go, chaos is sure to follow in their wake. And I just read book 12, and there are many short stories, all available on Audible as well. Some of them are exclusives, and Zara Ram is the audiobook narrator, and she does a stellar job throughout. It's absolutely excellent. It is excessively British. They drink a lot of tea. It's important, though. Very important. But I highly, highly recommend it.
It's good. It's really good. Really
What's yours?
Mine is called A Long, Long Sleep by Anna Sheehan. And I chose this one because I read it at right around the same time that I read another one of Beth Revis's books, Across the Universe. And it kind of gave me some time vibes. Okay? This summary is also from Goodreads. It should have been a short, suspended animation sleep, but this time Rose wakes up to find her past is long gone, and her future full of peril. Rosalinda Fitzroy has been asleep for 62 years when she is woken by a kiss. Locked away in a chemically induced slumber of a stasis tube in a forgotten sub-basement, 16-year-old Rose slept straight through the dark times that killed millions and utterly changed the world she knew. Now, her parents and her first love are long gone, and Rose, hailed upon her awakening as the long-lost heir to an interplanetary empire, is thrust alone into a future which she is viewed as either a freak or a threat. Desperate to put the past behind her and adapt to her new world, Rose finds herself drawn to the boy who kissed her awake, hoping that he can help her to start fresh. But when a deadly danger jeopardizes her fragile new existence, Rose must face the ghosts of her past with open eyes, or be left without any future at all. Ooh.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It was a good story.
Cool.
I liked it. Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh, is that it? Is that all? Is that all we have? You know what I think we should do?
It is alive.
Yes, it is alive. But, and we are of course going to play our game, but I feel like we should go ahead and wrap up the show. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to edit it. I am going to edit it a little bit. I'm going to edit out the game because no one wants to listen to us rifle through pages for 1 minute at a time.
Okay.
So, that's it for this live episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
Join us next time as we discuss Going Bovine by Libba Bray. Look out for our Would You Rather polls on social media. Don't forget about our book club and monthly challenges on Facebook. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com, follow us on Instagram at fictionalhangover, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/fictionalhangover, and on Twitter at fictionalhangover, no ER. If you like this episode, check out our others, and be sure to rate and review and subscribe so you don't miss out. Special thanks to Liz Emerson for our music. You can find her on Facebook and Patreon. And an extra special thanks to Stefan Creations for our live artwork. You can buy her artwork on Redbubble and Etsy. Thanks for listening.
Yay!
Yay!
Excellent.
I'm so glad we actually say that like in one go on the lives, because it doesn't happen in the recordings.
No, do you remember that one time when we made the recording and it took you like 20 minutes to read your paragraph? It was good times.
I made so many mistakes and I had to turn my camera off so I couldn't see you anymore.
It was good. It was a really good time. I enjoyed it.